Alright, really want to keep this review brief, so I'm just going to start with the fact that I enjoyed this film. Start of the year when this film was announced, a new Wonka film with Timothée Chalamet playing Wonka. I thought this was going to be one of those YouTube fan trailers that somehow got traction, and I was worried. But the past few weeks, I just swallowed up all my doubts and became really excited to see this film. Also being the fact that this was directed by Paul King, who famously did the Paddington films. And on finding about that like a couple weeks ago, every shadow of doubt left my body, and I was just so excited to watch this film because you cannot doubt this man with a weird family film. He just crushes them. So I'm going to start by mentioning this film is a bit of a nostalgia merchant, maybe a deal breaker for some and not for others. As for me, not growing up with the original, which this film took most of its source from, as well as maybe the books, I'm not familiar with that, to be honest. But rather than the reboot, which I did watch a bit when I was little, there were a few references or similarities from that reboot, which I appreciate from Paul King, infusing the both of them in this new retelling, because this film is pretty much an original film at that, as I do not think it's based on the book. Maybe it has some slight references to the book, but I do not know because, as I mentioned, I've not read it. And this is probably the only negative thing I can talk about with this film, but personally wouldn't say it's a negative for me. Well, just say it's a critique for other people that I can understand, but personally I do not mind the fact that it's giving us stuff from the previous movies. So if you grew up with this and you wanted to be a kid again for the 2-hour runtime, you would absolutely love this movie. I also just love the fact that this film is a musical and not just a film with like a few musical numbers. Thought I was going to hate this as I am the #1 musical hater, but there was just a bunch of singing in this film. Mind you that these were really good songs as well as some familiar songs. All that's just accompanied with great set designs and good costumes for the timepiece that this movie is set. And yeah, the dance choreography is also really good and goes with the whole musical aesthetic. Was just super cool. I give it to Timothée Chalamet. He really impressed me in this. I was concerned with his ability to be this whimsical, joyful, musical character, but he crushed it because he has never done something like this and he just nailed it. Carried this film on his back, and don't want to get into comparisons, but we can just admit that he clears Johnny Depp in this iteration of the character. Also, Caroline as Noodle was really charming in this, just annoyed that she did not like Tom Tom. But aside from that, I think everyone in this film is great, from Olivia Colman to Keegan-Michael Key. Even the few scenes we have with Rowan Atkinson, I think all the performances were really, really great in this. They were fun and just added substance to this film and this level of charisma that just made this film so enjoyable. I did a video about the Willy Wonka films and I mentioned my distaste for the Oompa Loompas, and that does not change here. I think Hugh Grant sucks as an Oompa Loompa. This is just my own personal bias. Plus, he just makes me hate them more, maybe because he actually was involved in conversation in this film compared to like the mute musical role they had in the previous films. But on a more serious note, I really enjoyed this film. I cannot stress this enough, and I assume that my theater of 8 people enjoyed it too. Hope other people like it too, and this film just gets traction and is a holiday success. If you want to know if you should watch this film, just go and watch this film. You will not be disappointed. Or if you've already watched this and you just wanted to see my dumb opinion, I really appreciate that, and I want to know what you think of this film. Film was also paced really well, pretty hard to be a badly paced film when it's just over 100 minutes long. But this film just kept me wanting more, and I had that feeling of, oh, this film's over, like damn, when this film ended. But yeah, thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. A bit shorter, but I just hope you enjoyed this video. Watch my Wonka video, I'm begging. YouTube blacklisted me for that video. And like this video if you liked it, and subscribe if you would like to see more of my videos. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good time. Peace.